Everyone, this is Reshu Sandesh, sponsored by Rajesh, mentored by Kapla and Prashant. Today I'm going to talk about diabetes. These days, most of the people are suffering with this. Diabetes is a disease that occurs when your blood glucose, also called blood sugar, is too high. Blood glucose is your main source of energy and comes from the food you eat. Insulin, a hormone made by pancreas, helps glucose from food get into your cells to be used for energy. Sometimes your body doesn't make enough or any insulin or doesn't use insulin well. Glucose then stays in your blood and doesn't reach your cells. Over time, having too much glucose in your blood can also cause a health problem. Although diabetes has no cure, you can take steps to manage your diabetes and stay healthy. Sometimes people call diabetes a touch of sugar or borderline diabetes. These terms suggest that someone doesn't really have diabetes or has a less serious case, but every case of diabetes is serious. If we look into the symptoms of diabetes, it is vary depending on how much your blood sugar is elevated. Some people, especially those with pre-diabetes or type 2 diabetes, may not experience symptoms initially. In type 1 diabetes, symptoms tend to come on quickly and be more severe. Some of the signs and symptoms of type 1 and type 2 diabetes are increased thirst, frequent urination, extreme hunger, unexplained weight loss, fatigue, irritability, blurred vision, slow healing sores, frequent infections such as gums or skin infections. Let us if you have type 1 diabetes, your body does not make insulin. Your immune system attacks and destroys the cells in your pancreas that make insulin. Type 1 diabetes is usually diagnosed in children and young adults. So it can appear at any age. People with type 1 diabetes need to take insulin every day to stay alive. If you have type 2 diabetes, your body doesn't make or use insulin well. You can develop type 2 diabetes at any age, even during childhood. However, this type of diabetes occurs most often in middle-aged and older people. Type 2 is the most common type of diabetes. Let us look into the causes of type 1 diabetes. The exact cause of type 1 diabetes is unknown. What is unknown is that your immune system, which normally fights harmful bacteria or viruses, attacks and destroys your insulin producing cells in the pancreas. This leaves you with a little or no insulin. Now, instead of being transported into your cells, sugar builds up in your bloodstream. Type 1 is thought to be caused by a combination of genetic susceptibility and environmental factors. Enough exactly what those factors are is still unclear. Weight is not believed to be factored in type 1 diabetes. Type makers for causes of pre-diabetes and type 2 diabetes. In pre-diabetes, which can lead to type 2 diabetes, and into type 2 diabetes, your cells become resistant to the action of insulin, and your pancreas is able to make enough insulin to overcome this resistance. Instead of moving into your cells where it is needed for energy, sugar builds up in your bloodstream. Exactly why this happens is uncertain, although it is believed that genetic and environmental factors play a role in the development of type 2 diabetes too. Being overweight is strongly linked to the development of type 2 diabetes, but not everyone with type 2 is overweight. Let us just move on to diabetes complications. High blood sugar damages organs and tissues throughout our body. The higher our blood sugar is, the longer we live with it. The greater your risk for complication. Complications associated with diabetes include heart disease, heart attack and stroke, neuropathy, nephropathy, retinopathy, myopathy, vision loss, hair loss, food damage and skin conditions such as bacterial and fungal infections and depression. Let us go in detail about neuropathy, nephropathy and retinopathy. First let us see what is diabetic neuropathy. It is a serious and common complication of type 1 and type 2 diabetes. It is a type of nerve damage caused by long-term high blood sugar cells. The condition usually develops slowly, sometimes over the course of several decades. If the person is suffering with diabetes and notice numbness, tingling, pain or weakness in their hands or feet, that is the symptom of peripheral neuropathy. In cases of severe or prolonged peripheral neuropathy, you may be vulnerable to injuries or infections. There are different types of diabetic neuropathy that affect different areas of our body, causing a variety of symptoms. Common signs and symptoms of this type of diabetic include sensitivity to touch, loss of sense of touch, difficulty with coordination when walking, and burning sensation in feet, especially at night, muscle weakness, bloating or fullness, excessive or decreased sweating, increased heart rate, etc. Next is keeping your blood sugar levels with a healthy range is the best way to decrease the likelihood of developing diabetic neuropathy or slow its progression. It can also relieve some symptoms. Next is nephropathy. Diabetic nephropathy is a type of progressive kidney disease that may occur in people who have diabetes. It affects people with type 1 and type 2 diabetes, and risk increases with the duration of the disease and other risk factors like blood pressure and a family history of kidney disease. Diabetic nephropathy progresses slowly with early treatment. You can slow or even stop the progression of the disease. Each of your kidneys has about 1 million nephrons. Nephrons are small structures that filters waste from the blood. Diabetes can cause the nephrons to thicken and scar, which make them less able to filter waste and remove fluid from the body. This causes them to leak a type of protein called albumin into your urine. Albumin can be measured to help diagnose and determine the progression of diabetic nephropathy. We can overcome this by maintaining proper diet and some take or consuming healthy fats, but limiting consumption of oils and saturated fatty acids, and reducing sodium intake to 1500 to 2000 mg or less. Limiting potassium consumption, limiting consumption of food high in phosphorus such as yogurt, milk and processed food. Next is retinopathy. Diabetic retinopathy is a condition that occurs as a result of damage to the blood vessels of the retina in people who have diabetes. Diabetic retinopathy can develop if you have type 1 and type 2 diabetes and a long history of uncontrolled high blood sugar levels. While you may start out with only mild vision problem, you can eventually lose your sight. The symptoms of diabetic retinopathy often doesn't appear until a major damage occurs inside of the eye. You can prevent unseen damage by keeping your blood sugar levels under control and getting regular eye exams and to monitor your eye health. The retina is a larger of tissue in the back of the eye. It is responsible for changing images that the eye sees into nerve signals that the brain can understand. When blood vessels of retina are damaged, they can become blocked, which cuts off some of the retina's blood supply. This loss of blood flow can cause other or weaker blood vessels to grow. These new blood vessels can leak and create scar tissue that can cause a loss of vision. If you have diabetes, it's important to maintain healthy levels of blood sugar, blood pressure and cholesterol to prevent diabetic retinopathy, and also get regular moderate exercise several times per week. And along with moderate exercise, we can have some supplements. Coming to the supplementation part, Madhunashini. is the it helps increase the insulin secretion in the pancreas and also regulate the metabolism of carbohydrates. It also neuroprotective property. So we can suggest Madhunashini. And next is daily, that is multivitamin and minerals. As the nutrients like chromium, magnesium, calcium, zinc, potassium, selenium with other important vitamins to lead the normal biochemical process. Vitamin B1 improves insulin sensitivity. Next is protein. It provides a lean energy source than carb intake. Next is omega-3. It is powerful antioxidant and anti-inflammatory agent along with neuroprotective or genetic property improves insulin sensitivity. We can suggest fiber because it is a very important as it controls glycemic load of any food eaten with this and improves gut health. Next is ginseng. It improves cells response to the insulin and help improving vitality. Next we can go for natural B. It improves digestive function and neuromuscular activity to metabolize blood sugar, and we can even suggest vitamin D, milk thistle and coenzyme CoQ10. These are the supplements which will help people to overcome diabetes. Thank you.